comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it's Ask Boyle today. Let's just get straight into the Ask Boyle that I didn't do yesterday. No greatest mind of this generation, no comedian, philosopher, crane operator, just straight Ask Boyle. So this one was sent in. I don't know if he wants his name read out. Let's just say anonymously. Anyway, here it is. So, Boyle, long-time listener, but I think it is finally time to ask for your wisdom. I am a 32-year-old Irish guy working in construction management on large-scale projects in Europe. What does that actually mean? It means I wake up every morning hating my life. Sing it, sister. I was never supposed to stay in construction. I started on the tools about 7 years ago when I needed cash, like most people, and I got sucked in by the money. I have since been lucky to work in many countries, including Germany, the Netherlands, Switzerland, and Denmark. I am currently selling my soul in Denmark, and as you know, I handed my notice in last week. Now, my financial position is quite healthy. I have about 20k in stocks, mainly iron. Thank you, Le Boyle. No problem. And luckily have a large sum of savings, 70k-ish, and zero debt. Now, I am well paid for what I do. However, I simply cannot do it anymore. I am selling my soul for the sake of a few quid. You know when you look around the room and can't understand how anyone cares about the conversation? It is time to move on. So the plan now is to put our stuff in storage, rent an Airbnb in Spain through the end of the year. Here I will focus on getting the rig under control and getting my life in some order. However, I am not sure what to do next. I'm working on an app with a friend, but that is very unlikely to take off. I have always wanted to start a business, a cafe, or a good old breakfast place with no stress and no cunts. However, now a bit of me is thinking I should keep making money, buy a house, and try and pay enough off it in a couple of years to revert back to doing something with less money. I also have a wedding to pay for next summer. These thoughts are all racing in my head, and I need your expert wisdom. Anyway, thanks, mate. Well, now you have come to the right place. Fuck, you sound like me, a younger me with more hair, much more successful, and living a cooler life. But I 110 know exactly where you're coming from. I can tell you've been listening to the pod for quite some time because a lot of the moves you're making sound very Boyle-esque. Leave my job, go to Spain, rent an Airbnb, get the rig fixed up, work on myself. That just means chill out. Yeah, just work on some stuff. Develop an app. I assume you have no computer skills or app experience at all. That's also very Boyle-esque. Let's choose an industry I know absolutely nothing about and plow all my money into it while I sort my rig out in the south of Spain. A lot of Boyle moves there, but you're right. You can't do what you're doing long term. It's soul crushing and the money doesn't really matter in the end. If you're burnt to a fucking crisp by the time you're fucking 40, who gives a fuck? So I think you're doing the right thing. Now it's going to be tricky from here, but I'll give you this little bit of advice. So I'm 40 now, and the difference between being 40 energy-wise, also the way your body feels, also the way your mind works, the difference between 40 and 32 is like the difference between fucking 18 and 29. Things start dropping off at 40. So if you think you're going to fucking reach 40 and like turn your life around and start something new, the amount of effort the Herculean effort you need to go through at that stage to swing it around it's not even worth contemplating. When you get to my age, all you're thinking about is just going to the south of France, reading history books and getting the rig together. So what I'm trying to say is 32 is the age to do it. You've still got a lot of fucking energy. Once you get out of this fucking bullshit, then you've got a clear path and you've got some savings as well, which helps. The problem you're going to fucking deal with is you have that to fall back on. You have good money to fall back on. Now, when you've got that hedge, what you tend to do is you just do nothing for like 9 months and then you go back to doing what you used to do. You know what I mean? Like you'll go to Spain, you'll chill out, you'll extend the Airbnb for like 4 months. You'll start getting a little low on money. You're like, I can't fucking start a business or do what I want to do because I'm running low on money. I've got the wedding. I'm just going to have to go back to work for a little while. And then you end up back at work doing the same thing again, repeating the cycle again. The only problem is now you're 35 and now you're fucking hooked in a little bit further. You'll be thinking about having kids. You'll be like, oh, fuck, I can't leave my job. I've got to have kids. Now I've got to get a house. Like, life really starts getting at you. It comes after you from about 32 onwards. So this is like the prime time. It's kind of make or break. So I would give yourself a little bit of fucking time in the south of France. Get your body together. Get healthy. Get your head fucking together. It takes a little while to detox from work as well. But what I would do is I would, as soon as possible, I would start looking into a business. Do the app thing. Start a cafe. Just fucking do it. Get after it. I can't believe I just said that. Get after it. I've been watching too many like accounts that shit on the inspirational guys. Like the guys saying double alpha shit. I watch the guys that fucking hang shit on those guys. I find it funny. No, but you do need to start a business because even if it fails, you can always go back to the job that you're using as like a hedge. So just plow everything into a business. Use AI to figure this shit out first. Deep research. Just fucking hammer AI, figure it out all before you start, and just plow it all into a business because you can always go back to what you were doing now. You can always go back to hating life. You know what I mean? Like, that's easy. But you don't want to go back there without having tried something. Like, you need to have tried something, otherwise it's going to kill you. Like, if you fail, which you won't, people don't generally fail if they plan, if they have a goal, and if they're serious about execution, and if you're willing to ride out the tough periods. Basically, if you just don't give up, you're usually fine. Over a long enough period of time, most people are successful if you try, if you do the thing. So my advice is start the business, any business, the cafe, the app. You'll learn so much just from starting a business. You'll know your limitations. You'll learn about money. You'll learn about fucking income, organization, time management. There's so much you can fucking learn. Plus, you can transfer your current skills over to that as well. But at 32, you've got enough youth still left in you and enough energy to fucking really drop the hammer on something you really want to do. Because marriage, kids, all that sort of shit is coming if you don't do it now. And there'll be a world of excuses not to do it pretty soon. So now, just fucking do it. Leave your job. You can always go back to it. Fully commit on one thing. Don't try and do two things. Don't try and do the app and the cafe. Don't fucking spread your fucking tentacles over too many things. Just choose one thing. Just go, all right, I don't know shit about apps. Let's do a cafe. Let's do a fucking squeaky spoon or whatever the fuck they're called in the south of France. Who cares where it is? Anywhere. Just go, all right, I'm going all out on this one thing. Focus your energy, point it in one direction, and do that thing. So yeah, the rest of it you're pretty sorted. The rest of it you're doing mainly what I would do. Rig, Spain, chill out. You got some iron. You're doing really good. You're fucking off your construction job. You've followed the Boyle map. Now the business is the key. Just start the business, do the business. Go back to this shitty job in 5 years if it fails, which it won't if you really give it a fucking 100% of your focus and effort. Anyway, enjoy. Don't take too long fucking around in Spain either. I know you're thinking like 3 or 4 months. Maybe just do the 6 weeks, because once you kick over the 6 weeks, then inertia sets in. And you just end up chilling. And then chilling will lead you straight back to your job. So get moving quicker than you think. Anyway, thanks for fucking sending in the question. I hope it helped. That'll do for tonight. And I'll see you the fuck later.